Hey everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel for that matter, if you are brand new here. And if you are brand new, however, please press that red subscribe button, or if you're coming back to the channel and you're not subscribed as yet, please also press that red subscribe button, because as of this video, I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers that I would really love and appreciate any and all support. And what I'm going to do in this review, guys, is the Lego 10300 Back to the Future Time Machine DeLorean. I'm going to review this set, but I'm going to break it down in terms of my review of the minifigures, the box art, the instructions, and then the model itself. And then right at the end, I'm going to give you my overall thoughts on this set and if it's worth buying. So with all that in mind, let's get straight to it. Firstly, as you can see straight away, that the front cover of the box has got the awesome picture of the Lego DeLorean model, and of course I love the lightning background here. Just underneath that, we've got the age rating, the set number, and the amount of pieces, which is 1,872. We've got the Back to the Future logo right here, and we've also got a little sign here that says batteries included for our Flux Capacitor light, which is right here. I kind of love the layout of how they presented the box art, which is just a basic black background with the electric striking the DeLorean. Because inside the box, again, I love how it's just a simple logo there, the Back to the Future logo, and of course the original kind of like DVD art, but of course it's just the Lego model this time. Turn our attention to the back of the box, and sorry, of course I've built the model so it's already open, but if we look at the back of the box, in the top right hand corner over here, of course, they show a quick image of what Part 1, Part 2 and Part 3 DeLoreans look like. Then it also shows you some features of what's included in here. So, of course, you've got the Flux Capacitor light, you've also got the plutonium, the hoverboard, of course, the license plate, and the banana and the beer and stuff, and you can put inside Mr. Fusion. Of course, it shows you that you can open the doors like a real DeLorean. It shows you the minifigures you get inside in a little plaque, and it also tells you about the size of this. So it is 13.5 inches wide and 4 inches tall, which is 11 centimeters, and in the width is 35.5 centimeters. And again, we get a better look at the back of the DeLorean, which I kind of wish that they maybe did like a different angle, maybe pointing this out more that way. But at the end of the day, I still love like the lightning and electric. It really does show it off. Absolutely nothing really on this side apart from 3 and 1. So I would have liked it if they still put maybe some artwork there. Right at the top, of course, we've got the big DeLorean and the Back to the Future logo. And of course, the look at the wheel there. And yeah, I like the top of the box, at least highly detailed. And on the bottom, just tells you about the light and it gives you a bit more information. So yeah, I quite like the box art. I think it's just a simplistic design, but it just really shows off nicely. And I love this colour blue on the bottom. I think that really just gives that the box a bit of a pop. Yeah, I like the instruction booklet again. So it's got that picture on the side of the box of the DeLorean. And then if we look on the back, of course, it's just got the famous fire with, of course, the out of time plate when it spins around. So as we've got the box right here, we open up the first pages and we've got a beautiful shot of DeLorean, and it tells you a little bit of his story right there. And then of course we've got some famous pictures here of the first Back to the Future movie right here, and then leading into right at the end of the first movie. Then we've got some shots here again of the first movie, and then a little bit of the third. So yeah, you know, of course it's just saying about a timeless icon. And then we've got a cool little double page shot here of Sven Franek, who actually made the DeLorean set, and here he is just maybe put together a set, or someone's already put it together and they just told him, oh, just hold it up, will you? I don't know. And then straight away you get into the DeLorean build. So yeah, I'm not going to go through the instruction booklet or, you know, anything like that. But yeah, basically it's just a part sheet and then that at the end. Yeah, I like that they included some pages in here. I felt like they could have maybe included a bit more history about the DeLorean with it being so iconic and over 3 movies. But they still included quite a bit of information. And yeah, still a pretty cool instruction booklet. So for our minifigure selection, we've got 2 minifigures included. Now, of course, we've got this beautiful kind of base plate here, which is a sticker stuck on there and says about the time machine, manufacturer Dr. M. Brown Enterprises, the year 1985. The power is 1.21 gigawatts. The fuel is plutonium. And activation speed is 88 miles per hour. So let's have a look at our minifigures very carefully right here. So first up for our minifigures is Dr. Emmett Brown in his futuristic outfit. Now, I think this is a really, really well done minifigure because the colours are captured perfectly. His red shirt and his red kind of see-through tie is caught perfectly right there as well. And it's just some really, really high detail if we zoom in there. Yeah, I think the minifigure's done beautifully. And yeah, I've got to give props. Fantastic minifigure and representation of how Doc actually looks in Back to the Future Part 2. Now, if we move on to Marty, however, I'm personally a little bit disappointed in this minifigure. The reason why is because the outfit right here is fantastic. I love the shirt and I love the jacket, and I think the pants with the pockets folded out are really, really good. And I love that attention to detail. For me, the shoes and the facial expression lets this down. The face, for me, that doesn't really resonate as Marty McFly. Now, it could also do with the hairpiece, and then with the shoes, the Nike detail is so cool. And on the side, it's printed so nicely, but why is there a big gap right here? Why was that not also painted grey to replicate and fully complete the Nike shoe with like the little white stripe, as you can see right there, with that like little white stripe underneath it to like have a dual molded legs? Instead, they've done a printing and kind of like just went completely wasted on this part right here. Onto the car itself, which you guys can see right there. Firstly, this is all the spare parts I had, which you can use to build from the parts 2 and 3 of the DeLorean. So they all fit into like one nice little bag. Now onto the DeLorean itself, and sorry for the marks on the table, this has literally come off the DeLorean box, which is not ideal. But yeah, if you can see there right from the front of the car, beautiful, and I love this little blue light right here. I think that's represented really well. I kind of wish this was all one piece, like going across, or at least that bit there. But at the end of the day, yeah, really cool from the front. Let me just zoom in and show you guys. So right there is the Flux capacitor light, which I think is awesome. It's just a little button at the back you can turn on and off. So now onto the side of the car, which I really like the wiring we've got right here. And I also love the shape of the door. I think that's done really fantastic. Again, instead of these little parts, I wish there was just one big part. And this looks quite blocky right here, instead of making it like one big part. But I understand that there might be limitations for sure. Only issue is I found, and I think a lot of other people's had this issue, is the doors don't actually stay open for a lot of people. They tend to close by themselves, which I guess is realistic in terms of like the real DeLorean would probably do that also. But if you did want it to like stand up and, you know, be able to pause it and stuff, you can't really do that as such to a degree. But as you saw there, it closed itself, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I love that this grey, shiny finished brick right here goes all the way along. Again, could have done with one pieces, but I'm not going to really criticise that too much. But yeah, I love the shape here and with the wheels as well. And it's so easy to turn this to hover mode, which we'll see very shortly. So if we look at the back right here, this is the button that turns on, as you guys can see through the TV reflection right there, that turns on the Flux capacitor light. So yeah, it's built pretty good. I love the detail at the back of here. I think it's done really well, and I love like the wiring and the coils and stuff used back here. I think that's done really well, and I love that you've got the license plate right here, and then of course you've got the vents, and yeah, the license plate just slips in really nicely right here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And then of course you've got the rod that attaches to the wiring. Of course, it sends Marty back to the present, of course, well, the future technically in that timeline. Then on the other side right here, just to let you guys know very quickly, I am actually missing a silver metallic piece. I don't know if anyone else found when they were building this set. They had a couple of pieces missing. I had one of these missing and a black 1x2 stud also. So luckily, I actually have a Lego set up here, but I use that to replace it. But this bit right here, I'm missing the silver piece that actually finishes off this piece right here. So yeah, I was missing that. I don't know if anyone else is. Leave a comment below if you are as well. So yeah, if we go onto this side again, it's exactly the same as the other side. Of course, the door opens again. So yeah, so I don't know if anyone else has had this issue, but one of the issues I had is this bit here that has the time circuits. The time circuits option keeps falling off, and I don't know if it's because I've maybe built something wrong, or maybe hasn't, maybe just a fault in general, or maybe other people's had the same thing. But yeah, I've had that issue, and that seems to be a problem where if I mess on with this too much, it falls off, and I don't really want it to. And yeah, I'm just holding on to the DeLorean, by the way. So yeah, you know, hopefully you guys can get a good look at that right there, the inside. I mean, it's done very nicely, and I like the detail in here, and I like the little keypad feature and the time circuits, which are all stickers, and so is the dash as well. So I like all that. I think here could have been done a little bit better. It looks a bit exposed, being honest with you. But besides all that, yeah, I really dig that as well. And yeah, there's a little bit more of the back as well, with a bit of a zoomed in version. We've got the Delorean Hood. So let me just try put this on its side so you guys can see. So yeah, there's like a little latch here, and then there's one on this side as well. If we open that, you've then got the trunk of the car, which is pretty cool. And I like the fact that you can hold the hoverboard and the plutonium box in there, and it's very easy just to put this down, and then it just slides in. Done. So yeah, I like the design of the car. I did have a couple of issues when I was putting these wheel arches on, and how the instructions, I don't think personally explained it properly. There's a couple of steps in this build, and especially when you're going to try to get the car to hover mode, it's an issue with some of the instructions. I don't think it's 100% clearly, but let me show you guys now how this car turns to the hover mode, which is very satisfying and very quick to do. I think overall, this is a pretty impressive model, and I do like a lot of the detail that they've added in here. I think the trunk opening is pretty satisfying. Opening the doors as well is also quite satisfying, besides the doors kind of falling down by themselves, which I guess is a realistic take, but it'd still be nice just to be able to prop them up. One other gripe I do have with this set is that this is definitely not minifigure scale, because the minifigures inside of here don't fit the seats completely, and they easily slide down, especially if you want them for display purposes. I think overall, like, the back of the model is pretty cool. The light in that side of there is so awesome, and I really love that detail that they've really added in with the Flux capacitor. That is really cool. The mode of switching between the flight and the actual car is also amazing. It's just so simple. You pull a handle right at the bottom, and then the wheels turn it into the hover mode, which is the most satisfying element of the set, and then they go back to normal, and then they go to the hover mode. Now, one of the gripes I've got with this set, which I think holds this back, well, besides the other couple of things, from being like a 10 out of 10 set, is you can make this car into parts 1, 2, or 3. Now, in the Lego Cuusoo version, which there's a big size difference between them both, of course you get minifigures from Back to the Future, the first movie of Marty and Doc, which you could put inside this DeLorean. Then, of course, you've got part 2 if you want to make this into Mr. Fusion version. But if you want the part 3 version, we've got no minifigures of. So if you wanted to make the part 3 version of the DeLorean, it would fit perfectly, and you could change the minifigures to however DeLorean you want in that position. I think that was a really missed opportunity. And don't get me wrong, Lego might release like an expanded like Back to the Future 3 pack where you get the Marty and Doc and like a bit of accessories, maybe for like say £20 or £15, whatever. They may do that for sure, but I think that's a missed trick as for this general release. And then besides all my other negatives, my overall rating for the DeLorean is going to be an 8 out of 10. I think this is a solid model. I love the flight to the car conversion. It is a little bit blocky, and it is a little bit at times schlocky with the time circuits, and that might just be for me, and a couple of other parts and a few little missing pieces. But besides that, this is an awesome set. I highly would recommend getting this set, and I think for the price of £149.99 here in the UK, I think that is good value for this set. Yes, it might not be big as like say Ghostbusters Ecto 1 or other models, but I think as a Back to the Future fan, this is definitely a must-have. If you're a Lego fan and you also like Back to the Future, I think it's also a must-have. But if you're a Lego fan itself and you want to add a timeless vehicle to your collection like the Ecto 1, this would be amazing on display together. So I hope you've enjoyed this review of the Lego 10300 Back to the Future Time Machine or DeLorean, whatever you want to call this set. I love having this on display, and I love being an owner of the set, and I do plan to buy another one, maybe just to keep sealed, because I don't want to buy another 2 and have the parts 2 and 3 version, being honest with you. I'm happy just changing them over if I really want to, but for now I'm happy with just the part 1. If you've liked this review, please give it a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to the channel if you already haven't. And until the next time that I see you, I'll be seeing you later. And the DeLorean, where we're going, we don't need roads.